right, everybody, it's Friday. We made it to Friday. What a week. Hi, I'm Jason DeRusha. Welcome to CBSN Minnesota's Daybreaker. Which way have you been going? Are you like obsessed with this? Like this morning, you are an expert in the counties of Georgia and how many ballots are still out there. You're digging in deep into Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. You're wondering how come in Nevada they can count up how much money you've lost playing poker much faster than they can count the ballots. My 13-year-old was talking to me about Nevada yesterday at dinner. We're all now elections experts, which is a relief after the last 7 months of being epidemiologists. I can tell you we could be an expert on this. It's a top 10 weather day. Woo! Am I a little punchy? A little bit. Top 10 weather day, right? Come on. What a week. I tell you, if the weather were gloomy this week, I think people would be absolutely losing their minds. So the beautiful weather has been helpful. Today, get out and enjoy it. Here's the thing. Don't even go to work. Just forget it. I just gave you all permission to not come to work today. Unless you work at Channel 4, you all have to get your butts in here, because I sure did. Weather Watcher, working hard this morning, shining gold. Top 10 weather day. The control room's like, you barely showed up to work, DeRusha. We saw what time you walked in. It's fine. It's fine. What are you going to do to enjoy the nice weather today? What's your plan? That's what we want to know. That's what we're talking about. What kind of fun are you going to have this weekend? What are you going to do today to enjoy it? Will you now just skip work because the news guy said you could? Share your comments on the WCCO TV, the main Facebook page. We'll read through a couple in just a moment. Let's get to some of the news of the day. No, we don't know who won the presidency, but things are leaning in one direction as the results come in these undeclared, unprojected states. Will the media project, or will we just wait and let this thing play out? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Joe Biden predicted, the experts thought, Georgia, it's a reliably Republican state. Biden doesn't have a chance. Well, both Biden and Trump went to Georgia in the waning days of the campaign, which let you know that these candidates were concerned about it. Right now, Joe Biden is ahead by just over 1,000 votes as the absentee ballot's still being counted. Here's Pennsylvania. Wow, so close. Look at this state. This is a state, they've already counted 6.5 million votes, and these two are separated by about 18,000. To Arizona, Joe Biden with a stronger lead. 10% still out, though, so depending on where those votes are coming from, Donald Trump certainly still within striking distance, but Joe Biden up by 47,000 votes. And to Nevada. You feeling lucky? Or are you rolling snake eyes? Are you betting it all on black? Are you betting it on, I don't know. I'm not a gambler. I don't know what they're doing in Nevada. They are taking their time. It's about an 11,000 difference. Biden in the lead there. So here's the overall map. We're still, isn't this right where we were yesterday? 253, 213? I think so. Same place. So nothing going. These states that are close are really close. The states that are battleground states are very evenly split. And this may just be the future of every presidential election, that the close states are going to be very, very close every time. If Biden does win Georgia, he gets to 269, so the president would need to win all the other states to tie him. If Joe Biden wins Nevada and Arizona, it's over. After this week's election, I shouldn't say it's over because there are going to be lawsuits and challenges and all of this, but the first phase is over anyway. After this week's election, it does look like the legislature in Minnesota is going to be split. Let's talk about the House. Republicans are on track to maintain their majority in the Senate. Democrats expected to keep their majority in the House, but they did lose some seats. Results not in for some of the races. Some of these things are like 7, 8, 10, 20, 30 votes apart. Wow. Just crazy. To the House, led by the DFL. Same leaders. They were reelected last night. So Representative Melissa Hortman reelected as Speaker, and Representative Ryan Winkler reelected as the Majority Leader. Such sad news by really an icon of Minnesota politics, a congressman that, you know, if you didn't follow Ramstad's career. You should read up on it today because it's the sort of politician that in a way is a relic of a bygone era of getting stuff done and working across the aisle. Jim Ramstad died last week. He had been battling Parkinson's disease with Lewy body. He's 74. He was a Republican, 9 terms in Congress, representing the state's 3rd district, which has really been kind of the moderate district, right? Jim Ramstad and Paul Wellstone, one of the most liberal members of the Senate, worked together on a mental health bill. When Paul Wellstone died, Jim Ramstad, the Republican, carried that bill across the line. Jim Ramstad opened about some of his own struggles. Really an inspirational guy, a great story, dead this morning. For the 3rd day in a row, Minnesota broke its record for new cases of COVID-19. State reported more than 3,900 new cases, 25 more deaths. Wisconsin not getting anything under control there. Nearly 6,000 new cases and another 38 deaths. One of just 5 COVID vaccine studies in the world is based here in Minnesota, and it's heading into the home stretch. Allina Health with the green light to get this thing rolling. They're working with Johnson & Johnson. It's the Ensemble study. Going into phase 3, Allina will enroll as many trial participants as possible over the next few months. One of many sites around the country, around the world, part of this vaccine trial. If you would like to check out whether or not you could be involved in this trial, WCCO.com. We have the information. We'll be watching sentencing today for the man who shot a Waseca police officer. 37-year-old Tyler Janowski pled guilty to 2 counts of attempted murder in July for shooting officer Eric Matson. Matson shot while chasing a suspect in a Waseca neighborhood in January. Matson just returned home about 3 weeks ago after a lengthy recovery at a Nebraska rehab center. Some of the organizers of Wednesday night's protests in Minneapolis say they want the charges dropped. Law enforcement cited more than 600 people after they blocked I-94 near Cedar Avenue. The group told us they were marching to demand a fair election, and they were speaking out in support of social justice reforms. Protesters say they were not given any warning before officers detained them.
We saw last night peaceful protesters denied their rights to be peacefully and protesting.
Department of Public Safety says there was an announcement to leave the highway, but they also say officers do not have to give a warning before arresting someone who is breaking the law. Warm one for deer hunting opener this weekend. 70 degrees on Saturday in November. Unusual, not unprecedented. It was nearly that warm for the 2016 opener as well. So it's going to be a little sweaty in the old deer stand. DNR says the deer population is up, but the number of people interested in hunting is also up. Look at this. An ammunition shortage has stores like Capras and Blaine doing what they can to get hunters what they need. For families that do get out, like the Lamottes, there's a lot to look forward to.
My dad and my grandpa, so 3 generations of hunters right here.
This is all about playing cards and eating like kings.
Yeah, it's a great family tradition for many. If you do bag a buck, the DNR recommends, get the meat into a cooler quickly because the heat. Also, if you're going to go to a processor, you should probably call and make an appointment ahead of time. Some are backed up because of COVID. Good news coming in for Minnesota Twin designated hitter Nelson Cruz has been named American League Silver Slugger. That award given the top offensive producer in his position. It's voted on by American League coaches and managers. That's his 4th Silver Slugger, .303 batting average in 53 games this past season. It's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas. Here's Starbucks holiday cups. Remember when people got outraged about that? Simpler time. These look pretty Christmassy, right? Festive-y. So here's the Starbucks cups. This year's theme, what's the theme? Carry the Merry. How many Zoom marketing meetings do you think the wizards at Starbucks had to come up with Carry the Merry? You can get a free reusable version of the holiday cup if you order one of these Sugar Bomb Starbucks seasonal drinks. These cups have been around since '97. How about Dunkin'? I guess we'll show you this. These are dumb, I think. The Starbucks ones are cool. This is just like Dunkin'. That's like, oh, hey, we got this great. Their marketing team met by Zoom and said, I got it. Our word is going to be, we're going to say like cheers to the season. But, our brand is called Dunkin', so we're going to call it Cheersin'. Get Cheersin' at Dunkin'. Sounds like something my Well, this isn't even as good as something my 13-year-old would come up with. Come on, Duncan, step it up. So that's it. We're done with cups. Caribou is launching their cups too. Great. Still the same coffee in it, everybody. National Toy Hall of Fame has inducted its class of 2020. You did it, baby Nancy. Sidewalk Chalk, you're in. Jenga, you're in the Hall of Fame. Boy, lots of controversy as always over this. But pretty cool, right? These are great. And I didn't know the story of baby Nancy. Pretty cool. Introduced in 1968, the first black baby doll that had an afro and other more kind of authentic cultural features. Hall of Fame is in the Strong Museum in Rochester, New York. All right, let's talk about the nice weather. Top 10 weather day. What are you doing this weekend? Judy says, I'm just reading this. Is this what's happened? What happened this week? Like, no one works here. I have to do all this myself. We used to have Eric read the stuff. Now it's like, well, whatever. Judy says she's going to take a walk and clean the garage. Oh, I cleaned the basement storage out this last week, and it was great. Brian also walking the dog. Ashley's going to clean up the yard. Putting the trampoline away. Yeah, I'm going to roll up the hoses. She's doing anything outside to distract herself from the election. That's good. Andrea, keeping the kids outside as much as possible before distance learning starts Monday. Oh, man. My kids, too. They go to distance learning on Monday. Yep. Get out. Get out of the house, kids. And Becca says, Jason, I'll need you to write me a note to get out of work. Becca, I will write you the note. Send me an email. I'll write you a note. Send it to the boss. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed the CBSM Minnesota Daybreaker. We try to have a little fun. We try to update you on the latest news as well. You can find us on any of your devices. CBSM Minnesota, it's awesome. Get it through the CBS News app or the CBS Minnesota app, or I don't know. If you can't find this, just like call me up. I'll walk you through it. It's really not that hard. It's streaming video. It's not that complicated. We'll be back here on Monday. Hope you will too.